think this is sorted. Okay. Please make me host again. Okay. Hi, Vinay. Are you there? Sorry, Vinay.
Yes, I'm there. Yes,
Yeah,
I'm
yeah.
there.
Please screen share your phone.
Okay.
Yeah.
Is it visible?
Just cut this window of mine. Yeah.
Okay.
There's a cross that will appear on my picture. You can just cross.
Okay. So it's not happening.
It should happen.
No.
There should be a cross that will come on this. Or just dump it down somewhere.
Yeah, yeah. Is my
Oh, this is
screen
coming.
visible?
Yeah, this my picture is still appearing here. There's no cross sign that is coming on the picture.
No.
Oh, you can do that.
Okay, cool. Is
Okay,
it
great.
better?
Yeah. So just take me through the way you do usually. Just
Oh,
also give me comments and whatever you're
definitely.
doing.
I
Yeah.
will. So,
Uh,
okay, there are two ways, I look out for a news. One is on the topmost, you could see a lot of tiles with regards to the latest news related to India, world, cities, entertainment, cricket. These are different genre of news wherein you could, look out for a kind of an interesting news which you want to do it. But typically, what I do is I start with the top news before
okay.
going on and selecting a particular tab. Okay,
Just do it.
this
Just do
gives
it.
okay. This is how I do it. So probably this gives me a dose of latest news happening around me, and you could see it got updated at 5:55. 1 second.
Yeah.
5:20,
That is what you
5:29.
like.
Yes, 6:29. It's very recent.
Hmm.
6:58 p.m. So
Hmm.
it's pretty recent.
Hmm. Okay.
6:30. So,
Hmm.
then again, you have different sections: India, Delhi news, world news. Now, one of the problem, or rather, one of the feedback here is
Yeah.
when you see world news, it is one of the news which is mentioned here and typically gives you a perception that, when you click on this world news, you will get the entire world news and not this world news. But
Hmm.
unfortunately, when you click on that, you only get this news, though
Acha.
you could on below you could see other related articles and
Uh,
stories related to it, but unfortunately it takes you only to this news.
so what do you want?
Okay, so typically, okay, if I click on world news, I would expect not the news which has been presented out there, but probably different news as well from
Um,
different countries to be mentioned out there.
Interesting. Okay. Okay.
Hmm.
Can you click on one of the maybe articles?
Okay, I have
Yeah.
clicked.
How do you find this? The advertisement, the picture, the size of the
So
article
I think it takes, at least 1/4 of the page,
for
towards the
advertisement?
article. Yes, absolutely. And you could see it at the top as well as at the bottom.
Hmm.
Again,
Do
this is
you
quite,
like that, or is this the
no,
problem?
absolutely not. It is a problem. It's quite irritating. But if I have to get rid of these, obviously I will have to subscribe for it and I will have to pay for it. So,
Sure.
I do not mind, but obviously, as a consumer, if you will ask me, lesser the ad, better, your experience. Otherwise, you tend to get distracted.
But would you subscribe if it's if you don't get ads? Would you subscribe?
Absolutely, and it should be a nominal fee. It's not that the only feature for paying or for a subscription is getting an ad-free news. I think I would expect few others as well.
Like,
Okay, probably a detailed analysis of a particular news.
okay, and how much do you expect the subscription to be?
I think it should be very nominal. It should be very nominal. So lesser than the actual newspaper, what you would have paid for getting a physical newspaper. It should be very competitive, and
Hmm.
it should be lesser than what an actual newspaper would have costed me.
So you also have HT Premium, no?
Haji?
So do you know? Are you aware of HT Premium?
No, no.
Okay, it has this thing, no? This is a subscription.
Oh, okay. The subscription thing, yes, I'm aware of, and it for a year they ask you for around 1100 or so amount.
Um,
Haji.
which you don't like, which
No,
is
which I do. I am okay. So that was barring the ad. I am getting the entire news, so I'm pretty happy with it.
so why won't you subscribe to HT
Obviously, I
Premium?
will have to. Okay, so the subscription for that for subscription, I would have paid extra money. But
Hmm.
again, there is no analysis. The
Ah,
only benefit of having a subscription is probably you can see the news without ad, and
yeah.
probably you could save a particular article which could be referred on later on. I think
Okay.
these are the two things. But again, when you see it on a digital source, and HT Media is not just one source which is available, so I
Hmm.
don't think so that is a problem. In case if I want to recon or go back to a particular news, even if it is not there here, I could Google it and probably can get relevant link to get access to those information.
Hmm. 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 Hmm.
Or
Okay.
and honestly, Anand, those were the time where people used to take the snippet of the news, store it, but now people move on.
Hmm.
They do not store it because they know for the matter of fact they could easily get an access, be it a 1 year old news or probably 100 years old news.
Okay. So the way the layout of this entire article is that,
Hmm.
advertisement on the top, then there's some write up, and then there's a picture.
Hmm.
How do you find all this?
Okay. This is interesting, but again, you start with an advertisement. In between, again, there is an advertisement, and
What
again, you
happens?
end with an advertisement. So it's like, you create an interest, आपको मजा आने लगता है, and then there is a sudden
Acha,
drop in interest because of the advertisement.
acha, interesting. So what do you suggest?
And again, there are two sort of an advertisement. One is, a static advertisement which is out there,
Uh,
while on the top it is, most of the times it's moving tile. So even if
okay.
it is static, you can ignore it. But if it is something which is moving, you often get distracted. कि भाई ये क्या है
Yeah.
देखने के चक्कर में you get distracted.
Acha, theek hai. What about the length of the article? Do you think this is adequate or too bigger? And
No, I think it is adequate, and probably if it is possible, probably they could make it more crisp, because my idea is not to learn. I'm not appearing for an IAS exam.
yeah,
Rather,
yeah.
my intent is to be updated.
How
So
much reading
even if
time do you want per article?
for an article, probably maximum a minute, not more than that.
Minute,
Yeah,
a minute. Okay,
absolutely.
theek hai. What about the font?
Font is good, font size is good, and the best, another the best part here is they have highlighted few critical sections. Hello, are
So
you there?
yeah, yeah. So how does it help you?
No, so it helps you to create dots. For example, TMC, Abhishek Banerjee, Draupadi Murmu. So you could correlate, okay, Abhishek
Hmm.
Banerjee is from BJP, he is making a comment against, sorry, Abhishek Banerjee is from TMC, is making a comment on BJP. So
Acha.
you could easily correlate.
ठीक है, ठीक है. Okay, okay. The size is you prefer a 1 minute read.
Absolutely, not more than
Hmm.
that.
Okay. Then where else do you go then?
Okay, again, as I said, I at the moment when I begin to read any sort of a news, I my focus is on to the top news,
Top news.
predominantly the latest one. Once
You
I've
find
gone through it,
what you
sorry,
you get what you are looking for in top news.
absolutely. So this is across. So it starts from politics, which is India news. Then you again have another news. Then is in case
ठीक
if
है.
there is something interesting about Delhi, then the world news, and then Bollywood and cricket.
ठीक है.
Predominantly covers most of the genre.
Then where do you go?
Okay, once I've read this, probably then I would look out for a section which I want to, see more news about. Then probably I would select India to see much more, news in detail. So, these are quick reads.
Okay.
So this, it's predominantly about politics. This is predominantly about, news happening in and around in India. It
ठीक
helps
है.
you to stay updated about the current affairs.
ठीक है. उसके बाद.
Okay, ये होने के बाद usually since this is pretty high and intense, I usually go on to cricket, which is my
अच्छा.
preferred one. so
Okay.
that I could lighten up and again, go back to world politics and everything.
ठीक है, उसके बाद?
Okay. Uske baad, obviously, I would prefer to, see more about world politics before I move to entertainment. So this is
Hmm.
more from a global news.
Hmm.
So what
Okay.
happens is if you directly move from India news, Indian political news to global
चलो.
news,
Okay.
you tend to lose something because obviously it is so intense कि आपका दिमाग वहीं पे अटका रहता है. So I lighten up my mood and then go back to world news,
ठीक
register
है.
news, and then go back to any other section, probably entertainment or lifestyle or astrology. Astrology usually happens over the weekend when I'm lazing around and want to know
Ah,
about my future, how it would be. So probably at
interesting.
that point of time.
Interesting. Okay. All right. This is what you do. Anything that you don't really fidget with, or that doesn't interest you?
I think lifestyle is something which I'm not pretty keen on.
From that,
And shop now. Lifestyle and shop now. For two
why?
reasons. Like, okay, so lifestyle, I think, there are other sources which are quite relevant and applicable for lifestyle. I
Like,
follow Luke. Okay, so I follow Luke Coutinho across all social platform and, try and implement most of his teachings in my day-to-day lifestyle in terms of the food, what I eat, the kind of
mm,
nutrients, what I intake.
mm,
It's like
okay.
directly hearing from the horse's mouth.
ठीक है.
That's one. And second is shop now. Probably you
Mm.
have in any ways this will link it to either Amazon or Flipkart. It's
Yeah, yeah.
predominantly Amazon. So it's
Mm.
better that I buy stuff from Amazon only.
Okay, okay, got it. All right. All right. So let me now ask you specific things to do. Now, how do you find the entire layout of it, design-wise?
Okay. So I think entire layout is pretty good. Obviously, you have the entire genre tab on the top, then followed by latest update. But again, one of the relevant things what I mentioned to you that on the home page when you click on for example world news instead of
Yeah, you
taking to
told
the
me that.
world
Yeah,
news it just takes you to
yeah,
that particular article. So I
we have
hmm,
that point. Yes. Okay.
perfect.
Then what about the colors and everything?
I
Color
think
theme.
color is very soothing. White is something which is very soothing. You could
ठीक है.
spend a lot more time
Okay.
because what happens is when you see money control, it is usually dark. It's black. So obviously
हाँ,
after few minutes, few seconds, you tend to get bored up.
अच्छा.
While white is something which is very soothing, you could spend good 20-25 minutes reading news article. So
Okay.
probably that's apt according to me.
All right. Okay. Now talking about the headers, home screen per, can you
Hmm.
just scroll towards the right? What all headers do you find interesting? Are they relevant for you? Not this one,
Yes,
the first line.
yes. These are
Hmm.
interesting. Barring few, these are interesting.
Which ones? The editorials are there. You mentioned editorials. Do you actually?
Editorial is interesting. Then
Hmm.
astrology is interesting. Cricket is interesting.
Okay.
Entertainment, world and India.
Can you go towards for you? What do you understand by for you?
Probably something which might interest you.
Have you ever went into this tab?
No, but again, to be very honest, I do not understand what is the intent here. Because generally, for example, if I have to give you a gift, or probably if I have to give you a specialized gift, which is specifically keeping in mind Anant interest, first of all, I need to understand what is Anant's interest. I
Ah,
think here they use AI to understand कि आप usually कौन सा news browse कर रहे
तो
हो
क्या आपको
and they
कैटेगरीज चाहिए क्या इसमें?
yes, absolutely. I would love to
Hmm.
see some categories. And,
Hmm.
for example, I'm just giving an example.
Yeah.
So obviously, I understand it is a good idea. It is an AI backed thing. Basis you spend a lot of time on a particular topic, it tends to give you suggestions कि भाई
Hmm.
this news may be relevant. But again, this is
But
very
you want
subjective.
list of topics basically
And
that
then
way.
again, this could be very subjective. For example, there is a political news. If I have to have my free own time or me time,
Yeah.
probably I can avoid politics and do away with politics and move on to a different thing. So ऐसा इसमें कुछ होना चाहिए जो जनरली कोई भी टैब में नहीं हो. It should be different and
ठीक
innovative,
है.
not the
Got it.
same repetition of information.
Yeah, got it. Again, scroll towards the left then. Okay, okay. So anything, any other tabs you want to be added here, or anything, any tabs which you think do not fit here?
Okay, so I think you could add, in case if you want to, you can add a particular tab for politics, wherein you could add, politics related news, not
Yeah.
only for India, but worldwide. And
Okay.
probably in India and worldwide, you could add lot more content excluding politics.
Yeah. Okay. TK. If you click on the
Then,
home,
hmm,
sorry. Please continue.
then you could also add, something related to markets, financial markets and other thing as well, which
Very
is missing.
interesting. Very interesting. You want that. How will that help you? Because
Obviously,
you
so
rely on money control.
money control, and I think finance is something which would interest everyone,
Yeah.
irrespective of the people service or probably their expectations. Sure.
What news do you expect in finance or
Probably two news. One is what is happening in the finance industry, and second, their recommendations. For example, if the interest rates on FD is going down, and in
okay?
case someone has a daughter, probably they could think of switching the FD amount to
Gee,
Sukanya, which will give you better yield, or probably best performing mutual funds, best
great,
performing, ELSS fund. Some sort of an
great.
information which could help individuals to take a call, which could help them to have better financial stability.
Very interesting. Okay. Now coming to the second level of tabs, how do
Okay.
you find all these tabs which says quiz and quick quiz and all this?
I think it's quick, again, for example, I want to know what is happening between India and England. So instead of going to cricket and then finding it, I could directly click on it and get a feedback. Then is obviously trending. So most of the things are overlapping, but again, it is good to have probably it is very similar to Google. When you search something, it gives you recommendations, how people
Acha.
other people have searched it,
Hmm.
probably some of the recommendations.
Yeah.
If you can click it, it will probably all shortcuts rather.
Hmm. Okay. What else? What else in this tabs that you are liking?
Probably trending is something which is very interesting. It could give you an holistic view of what all things are trending around you,
Click,
and
please.
this is irrespective of genre.
Okay. Do you find it is interesting?
Yes, it is.
What is so interesting about this?
Okay, so it's not, that the interesting here is it is the bucket of all news across various genre, not just entertainment. It has everything. So आपका serious news भी आ गया IAS officer वाला. Then there is an something related to Apar Shakti Purana. Then you have pilot, relating a pilot. Then there is a
So
video as well.
variety of thing. Okay,
Exactly,
okay.
variety
Let's
of.
go back.
Hmm.
Okay. So what? How do you find all the tabs? Trending, web stories. What
It
else?
it is interesting, but I would expect it to change or get updated on a time to time basis.
Meaning
Okay. So, for example, trend. Okay. So, web series, instead of web series, probably they could add
web
something which
stories.
is more web stories. Sorry, something
Hmm.
more which is interesting. For example, if there is, the latest season of Money Heist is there, probably Money Heist 6. So instead of web stories, they could mention Money Heist, something which is very trending and out there, which could be more relevant and probably attract a lot of people out there.
Okay. What else? Web stories है. उसके बाद क्या है? Photos.
Then
There's 99
again,
acres and all.
okay, so again, if there is an option wherein I could create an interest and it could give me a shortcut of or things which is trending here, I think it will make a lot of sense, because आधे से
अच्छा.
ज़्यादा चीज I may or may not consume, and
Okay.
what happens is it is mentioned in the order of priority. After I've seen 99 acres, I will not scroll down till the end, sports and health. Rather,
So
my
this
interest
should
was
be arranged in a
absolutely in
manner.
the order of priority, absolutely.
Hmm.
Or order of interest.
Okay, okay, okay. So what else is up after 99 acres?
Okay, then you have following,
Now, can
education,
you click on
Bollywood.
following?
Okay,
Can you scroll down and see? Do you want
okay,
this in
yes,
for you?
yes. So obviously, I want this sort of topics, very similar to create a liking around you.
ठीक है, ठीक है. In for you section.
Correct.
Okay, okay. पीछे education, Bollywood. How do you find all this?
This is good to have. This is good to have. But again, I want it to be mentioned in the order of priority, because if something which is least important, or probably something which does not interest me, it's there on the front tab, and probably something which is very interesting and relevant is there towards the end. I may not even scroll down towards the end.
Mm. And how should this be? How this access should be given to you?
Probably it should be vertical instead of horizontal.
Then what will happen?
Obviously, in that case, even if it is not mentioned in the order of my interest, I could at least see what are the categories and probably click according to my liking. So
No,
the
but that
chances
will
of me
occupy
missing
the
out
entire page, no?
on the left side, probably on the left side, no?
Okay, but you want the second level of tabs, you want as per your choice or
Absolutely,
your
yes, absolutely,
preference.
yes. Keeping in mind my interest.
Okay. Now, can you click on that burger menu, which is the 3 lines?
Hmm.
ये कैसा लग रहा है? ये क्या है?
Again, the same thing which is mentioned out there. So again, in case if in entertainment, if I have to see something, very specific, what are the things probably about Bollywood, television, web series,
Is it
music?
same as the home page or is it different? Did you expect
Okay,
something different here?
okay. No, I didn't expect something different. Again, these are various ways by which you could enter or pursue a particular news. Either you could use a tile, or probably you could use this conventional
So do
method
you
to look
use
out.
this? Do you
No, I
use
don't.
this?
No, I don't. No, I
Why
don't.
not?
Again, why I should go to that probably if I have all the options available right here.
ठीक है, ठीक है. Okay, can you click any of the links? Because I forgot to ask you one thing. Any of the
Okay.
news links, basically.
Okay. News link. Okay.
कोई
Let
भी
me open
मतलब
that.
कि, हाँ.
Okay.
Now here, you have this bookmark option, share option.
Hmm.
Do you find it useful? Is it required? Have you
Uh,
ever bookmarked?
no, I haven't bookmarked any sort of a news for a single reason that you could. First of all, when you see these news, it is not that detailed in comparison to your news channel or newspaper, actual newspaper. So obviously, first, I would bookmark a particular news which is very critical and which I have to refer it on a time to time basis. And it is very technical, or probably it's too lengthy. I'm not able to devote all my time to read it now. Probably I will save it and come back to this news whenever time permits. But
Hmm.
again, if these are snippets, I do not see a chance of bookmarking it.
What about sharing?
Okay, that's okay. Probably if there is something interesting I could share within my group, I could. So
You
that's
do
okay.
that?
It's good to have. Yes, I do it with regards to related to cyber, related to technology. I share it with my friends. I share it with people around me. Probably some of my prospective clients.
Okay, okay, okay. Acha, all right, interesting. So this is what you require. But do you find the share and bookmark option below the picture appropriate, or guess, what is it?
Absolutely, it is appropriate, and I think nowadays, instead of just having share and bookmark, nowadays there
Mhm.
are a lot of mediums as well. When you go on and see a lot of news articles which get forwarded to you on WhatsApp, there are options wherein you could share it on Twitter. There is an option you could share it on LinkedIn. You could share it on WhatsApp, Facebook, Instagram. There are a
Mm.
lot more options out there.
Now, if
Unfortunately,
sorry.
unfortunately just mentions share, though I could share it on the other platform as well, but I would expect an option there where I could go on to the respective application or website to share it immediately and directly.
Okay. Now, if you can click on that blue, this current Johar is
Twitter.
written in blue.
Twitter.
No, I mean, there are certain blue words, isn't it? The color is
Okay,
blue.
HT, okay, do you want me to click on HT
Uh,
Entertainment Desk?
no. This, for example, filmmaker Karan Johar said. So, which is Karan Johar is in blue, right?
हम्म
नीचे जो article में है.
हाँ जी
Can you
मिल गया.
can you click on that?
Okay, so it will give me a lot more information about Karan Johar.
How do you find this?
Okay, okay,
Is
yes.
it required? The
I
interlinks?
think, okay, I think it is good to have.
Mm,
I think it is good to have. Probably it is very similar to, Twitter,
mm,
wherein you follow someone and get all the latest updates, probably the chat, discussions, or any post or media content related to that particular individual. So
okay,
probably
okay,
you could keep a track of, that particular individual.
okay. What are your opinion of the number of articles that are available?
I think that is good enough. Obviously, I do not have a complaint around it. I wouldn't say it's too less or it's too more. I think it's more than sufficient for me.
Any sections or anything that you found repetitive, not required? It is quite repetitive.
Okay, so as I told you, latest Indian world, and cities, these are few sections which might, interlap among each other. Rather, you could have politics out of it, and probably you could merge city within world or
Mm,
India, irrespective
mm.
of the city, what you want to talk about.
Okay,
So you
okay.
could make it more crisp. So idea is not to have 100
Mm.
tiles or 100 options. Idea is to have more comprehensive information mentioned in a crisp manner.
All right. Okay. 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 So, what about the overall layout design? You're liking it?
Absolutely, yes, it's good enough. I'm pretty happy with the overall layout.
Okay. Also, any suggestions that you have apart from what we discussed, what we talked?
No suggestions. Yeah, I gave my feedback. So
Acha. Okay. But maybe you talked very interesting in terms of the financial planning and all this finance related or
hmm,
business related.
hmm.
What about business related news? Do you get them
I think it
adequately?
should. No, no, it's not there. It's not there, and
Hmm.
that's the reason that I rely on money control to get my
Uh,
dose of business related news.
Acha. Okay. Can you come back onto homepage?
Yes.
What about this quiz, daily digest, this new things that are coming?
Okay. So it's about playing a daily quiz. Probably it's more interactive. What happens is, when you are looking at online news, obviously there is no interaction between the reader and the company. Probably these are the way wherein you could interact, where people stop here, would spend a lot of time on the website. That's what the intent of these companies are. So these
Mhm,
are the thing to attract a lot of people to
mhm,
see how updated they are about an individual. Probably quiz on Salman Khan, or someone is a movie buff, probably quiz
mhm.
on Alia Bhatt,
So this is
depending upon the.
nice, but you haven't played.
Yes,
So what stopped you doing this?
honestly यार इतना वेला time नहीं है. So to be
Mhm.
very honest, had it been if I probably 10 years or 15 years before, when I used to go to school, college, probably at that point of
So
time
what
it
will
would have
make
been very
make
interesting.
it interactive? So how can we make it interactive instead of quiz? What do you want?
Okay, instead of quiz, I would love to see more information about finance and probably
It
Q&A
should do.
around
Acha.
finance. So
Oh,
something, which will interest me, something
okay.
related to business, from where I could draw some
Acha.
personal benefit.
Mm,
And when I say personal benefit, it's not primarily the money or the commercial aspect, but the it could be related to skill. Probably you checked before as well. If there is something related to skill which gives me information that this is about machine learning, these are few credible sources from where you could learn about machine learnings. These are the the kind of an compensation or a pay grade or kind of an experiences the company would prefer, and this is how it could have positive impact on your professional career. Probably some information
correct.
around it.
Oh, nice. So how would you rate this entire site out of 10?
Hmm. Hello.
How would you rate this entire site out of 10?
Entire site out of 10, probably I would say 8 out of 10.
8.
Hanji.
Major reasons for giving 8. What are the top 3, 4
Okay,
reasons?
so my major reasons here is obviously I look out for news which is trending, which is buzzing, and which is very latest, and I get the dose of that information readily
Yeah. Yeah.
placed, or on the first tile itself.
Okay.
That's one. Second, it has lot of variety of news and lot of news articles
Okay.
available. And third, it is neutral. They present news as it is. And why I've deducted 2 marks is obviously there are few sections which are not relevant or applicable for me. At the same time, there are few sections which are missing from your, probably the finance
Yeah.
or probably the career, few critical pointers what we discuss, depending
Mhm.
upon the life cycle the individual would be in. Those are
Okay.
missing.
So who would like such kind of a website? What type of people would like such kind of a website?
And
This layout, this design
and
wala.
okay, I think everyone would love it. It's just that you need some level of personalization basis the age, basis your expectation on how you want to perceive and pursue a particular news.
You also get notifications, is it?
Yes,
From Hindustan Times. How do you find them?
it is good. Yeah, it is good. So, for example, if you follow someone, for example, you asked me to see or check more about Karan Johar. In case if I go ahead and follow Karan Johar, and if
Mm.
there is any news around it, probably it will notify me there is something about Karan Johar. So
Yeah.
probably this is again trying to create some sort of a communication among the
Yeah.
reader. So that
Nice.
is good. So
Okay. Okay.
you can see that the company out there, the newspaper, the brand wants to update you on a real time basis, and they
Nice.
care for your set of priority or probably the information what you're looking for actively.
Very nice. Apart from HT, what are the other websites when it comes to news that you visit?
So I said, apart
Money
from HT,
control to nahi.
Money Control एक है, then
Hmm.
is Wikipedia. So probably these are few, and then I use Twitter pretty actively. So Twitter is something which I use it and
Okay.
see a lot of updates and posts
You
happening
know,
out there.
anything, since you don't interact with any other newspaper website, apart from
Okay.
Hindustan Times, isn't it?
Hmm.
Or do you?
Sorry,
Do
could you
you
please
do you
repeat?
interact with any other newspaper website?
No, no, no,
Yeah.
no, no,
All right.
no. I don't.
So anything interesting that you found in Money Control which can be taken apart from that, it provides you all this financial advices and everything. You must stop
Okay,
screen sharing.
okay. Okay. I think uh, one of the interesting factor of money control is the kind of detailed analysis what they present from
Okay.
their yeah, analyst. I think that's something which is very interesting.
Okay. वो एक कर
So,
सकते हैं.
and that's one. That's one. Give me a second.
Yeah. Okay.
Sorry.
No, that's
So
okay. Yeah.
and the second is obviously the community. You could chat within the community,
Oh,
people of
interesting.
common, having common interest area. So
Mhm.
probably if you can have a similar thing here. So I love technology, you love technology, and someone else also love technology. There could be a forum, related to us. The people who would share similar interest, and they could post, they could comment, they could pass on a piece of advice related to technology.
Just for your information, Money Control also has uh, a normal mode. You
I
can,
I know, I know,
because
I
I
know.
think you told me sometime back that dark mode में काफी
हाँ जी,
दिक्कत
वो
होती है.
आप वो कर सकते हो, but obviously it's that the traditional money control is always black,
Yeah, ठीक है, ठीक है.
though there is
So
an
that can
option
be
to.
taken. Any feature in Money Control that you really like?
I think detailed analysis and the
वो तो
forum is
बताया
something
आपने,
which,
कुछ या
हाँ,
फोरम कर सकते हैं.
and
All right.
second is watch list. Obviously, watch list. You could watch
That's
list a
stock
particular,
list वाला है, right?
yes, yes. I think these are two prominent
Yeah.
ones.
Anything that you saw in any other website when it comes to news consumption that can be brought in to add value?
I think someone very recent mentioned that with Money Control Pro you get a chance to attend a lot of webinars on various sort of a topic. So probably in case if a newspaper is also hosting similar sort of a services, I think that would be
Oh,
pretty interesting and out
nice.
of the box thinking.
Anything that you would change in aesthetics or designs or anything?
No, I think from a design perspective and from a layout perspective, it's just perfect. It's just that they could have much they could have forum with respect to the current affairs. For example,
Yeah.
Nirmala Sitaraman, probably 2 days before, they wanted to ban cryptocurrencies in India. So obviously, people like me who is very interested in cryptocurrencies or investing in cryptocurrencies, we are in doldrums now. What could be the future? So
Mm.
probably a chat around it, probably
Yeah.
looking at the factors and the
The
interest.
forum,
Probably
basically,
yes,
forum can be
basically a
created. Yeah.
forum, and not just forum, but there should be an editor or probably person who should be reviewing it and probably advising. Nowadays,
This is
if
the way
in
money
case
control mein hota hai.
money
Okay.
control and more importantly like in Twitter, so nowadays to in Twitter, Netflix host a lot of discussions, or there are a lot of other channels who host a lot of discussions wherein they share a lot of information about the happening, how they intend to
See,
change the technology and
yeah.
everything.
How would you do attractiveness of the news? What can make news attractive?
Okay, so I think making it more detailed and personalized. So one of my friends, who follows Bollywood very thoroughly, he told me, in case if we can get to know what these celebrities do after, reaching home, or probably after in during meetings, where they stay, what are their hobbies. Probably this will create interest. And for a people like me, probably if I get to know something about my role model, about Mr. Ratan Tata, or someone of similar stature, what they do, what are they liking,
Does
how to
this? Which
implement.
platform does this?
No, no, it doesn't. No, there is no platform who does this. Probably this could be the set of improvements. They could have
Yeah.
this to attract a lot of new people around us.
All right. Okay. Okay. Finally, I'm just going to show you something. The various ways a news
Okay.
can be consumed. Can you see my screen?
Yes.
So this is a way searching topic via Google, the news topic
Correct.
via Google. Have you done this?
Yes, I've done this.
Acha. What is the benefit of such kind of a search?
I think the benefit is you could get lot of links related to this
Um,
news, and not from just a single source, probably from a multiple source.
how does that help?
So, there could be few applications or few websites which could have very limited intel, while others may have a detailed analysis. So probably you could get 360-degree perspective of a particular news.
Great. Okay. Now this is the other way, right? Searching news site name via Google.
Okay.
Have you done
Okay.
this?
No, I haven't done this, to be very honest, because I don't find this to be authentic.
Authentic?
Haji.
Kyun?
Okay, so I've seen my parents getting excited looking at Google News. अरे Google News में ऐसा आया वैसा आया.
No,
But
not
again,
Google
it
News.
is
It is basically typing the newspaper name or the brand
oh
name
oh
on the.
okay, perfect. Yes.
इसका क्या फायदा होता है?
Okay, so इसका ये फायदा है. For example, if you want to, if you're not aware about a particular brand, for example, I want to, see financial news from Financial Express or Mint, but I'm not able to recollect the name. I could write financial news, and it could throw a lot of, options, and I could select the kind of a news which I intend to look out for.
Okay.
So at times you are confused and not sure where to watch about. Probably this could help you.
This is the bookmarking that you do.
Correct.
The only benefit is time saving and this thing
Haji.
or anything else.
Exactly. It is time saving. Absolutely, it's time saving.
Then this
And
is
also,
base.
it does not take any eat up your space. I think
Yeah.
now with a lot of information what you store on your phone, I think space and storage update is also critical.
Yeah. Then this is going to news website via social media. Have you
Okay.
done this? So you're browsing in some social media and you go
Yes,
basically click on the
I
link.
have
Yeah.
done this. I've done this for quite a limited news. So if there is something very interesting which has come up on Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, while watching through various other things, probably I may watch it.
What is the benefit of going to the news website via social media?
There is no benefit. So it's just that at that point of time you seemed the headline to be interesting and you tend to watch it.
Okay. Then this is basically going directly to news app, but you haven't downloaded any. What is one or two key reasons for not preferring app?
I think obviously first the first reason is obviously it ends up cutting on a lot of storage. Second, it requires to be updated every now and then. I think bookmarking is far better, far effective, and far quicker.
Going directly to news हाँ चाहिए होते हैं. Seeing news via notification, email or news.
Exactly. So it
ऐसा आता
so
है आपको? How do you
ऐसा
find this?
ऐसा ऐसा आता है. It is interesting, and again, you could select the kind of a news that you intend to watch. Otherwise, you could ignore those tabs on news
Then
column.
this is seeing via WhatsApp link
WhatsApp,
share by.
no. Again, ठीक है यार, अगर WhatsApp में share हो रहा है, if there is something interesting article someone would have shared which is relevant, it's okay. But again, that's not the preferred one. I've done this though. I've received news and I've passed on news to my set of
तो क्या
colleagues and
प्रॉब्लम
people.
क्या है?
There is no problem. There is no problem. But
Hmm.
usually on WhatsApp, if you get any sort of a news, it is not trustable, to be very honest.
No, but the link is through the trustable
Yes,
source like
yes,
HT.
yeah, that's okay. That's okay. That's okay. Yes,
इसका
perfect. So
फायदा
no,
क्या होता है ये शेयर
इसका
करने से?
फायदा okay. So इसका फायदा ये है, for example, technology or cyber is something which interests you. I could share an article related to technology or cyber categorically to you, which you could view it as per your convenience.
Okay. And you frequently do this sharing?
Yes, I do share it. I do share it with my set of office colleagues and prospective and existing clients.
It's only through WhatsApp, or is there any other way?
Oh no, it's only to WhatsApp. Only through WhatsApp.
Chalo. Thank you so much, Vinay. Thanks. It was